All right, I talk about this a lot, but I've never actually gone through it. So I'm waiting for this unit to heat up and satisfy, which it actually is about to anyway. But I want to talk about the benefits and why I would say it is a no-brainer between an SG14 millivolt system versus an SSH, which is a solid-state controller system. Okay? So let's just go through this, how the differences are. This one is plugged into the wall, okay? And when you turn it on, there's a controller up here, news flash, and I'll give you, kind of retail prices as far as if you have to buy it as the consumer, right? So there's a computer board up here. That thing's $200, all right? And then that comes down to the controller, right? Ignition module. So that ignition module takes the power, creates 24 volts, sends that spark up, lights that, senses it, tells this that it's lit, then this kicks on the burners. This is $600. That $160. This is a valve safety, right? And when this goes bad, you have to replace the valve. That thing is $200. There's a high limit, which is just a pretty standard, $100 deal, right? So that's this guy. There's a lot of electronic components. This you can count on changing every 2 years at a minimum. This computer board will last for a hot while. These almost never break, but when they do, depending on where your provider gets it at, I think I sell them for $500. I know guys who sell them for $800. But we pay different prices for them based on where we get them. Okay, so that is an SSH, and this is a very standard fryer. Here's the thing, right? There's no self-filtering here. So the argument against what I'm about to present, right? Hit me up. Tell me where I'm wrong in this presentation. This is an SG14. The difference with this unit is the gas valve has a pilot section. So if the pilot goes out, which it won't at the end of the night, heck, you don't have to do anything. At the end of the night, you can just turn this off and you have a standing pilot, okay? And anyone who's gonna say, you're burning gas and wasting, I promise you, a pilot light is not burning a meaningful amount of gas. So, how this one works is it is not plugged into the wall, so it's consuming no power. That pilot light is heating up this little thermal pile, which is, a $40 part. Back to the gas valve, which is by far the most expensive thing here, because it's $250, for this valve. That little millivolt signal comes back and holds the pilot on. Then it breaks off and runs into mechanical high limit, meaning if the thermostat breaks and it just keeps heating and heating and heating at 420 degrees, this is going to cut out. This is that same $90 high limit that was in that one. This behind here is just a mechanical thermostat, okay? That is also just a $100 part. So, right, hear me out. Mechanical, mechanical, mechanical. That's it. That's it. So the downside to this unit is if it blows out, you have to put it to pilot, and you have to put a lighter in there and light it, and then turn it back on. That is the only downside I've ever been able to be presented to this fryer. Still no self-filtering, still no nonsense. If the valve starts leaking, look, it's just a high temp valve. It's a $60 valve. So I can upkeep this for years and years and years. No worries. at the cost of one repair of this. When these die at this is not my location. When these die at my location, because right, UL listings and adapting things to how they're not allowed to be, I actually remove everything you see. All of it. I take the gas valve out. I take the solid state controller out. I take that out. I take that out. I remove all the wires. And then you are looking at the same fryer. This fryer is that fryer. Period. It is. Then you put a millivolt gas valve on it. We build this box right here with the high limit and the thermostat. And then you have to change the pilot assembly, right? That's different, so I didn't tell you that on an adaptation. They never go bad. I've never had to replace a pilot assembly. But when you adapt, the pilot assembly is about $225 for sure. So, yeah, that's my argument for it. Get rid of your SSH. Get an SG14. It's cheaper to buy. It's cheaper to upkeep. Period. Changed my mind.